Okay, so I've tried recording this video like 15 times now, and I'm just sick of it. Whether it be like a hacker comes in or I'm just not happy with the gameplay, whatever, I'm done with it. What's going on, guys? Godstatus here. Today we're taking a look at the new intervention. The gun got redone. It is in such a better place now than it was 5 hours ago. The gun is beautiful. It scopes in a lot faster. There's also 2 new attachments that help aid in that. There's the quick pull bolt or whatever, and then there's the muzzle booster, which helps with rate of fire and things like that. And we're going to be rocking both of those on the gun right now. This gun is beautiful. It still holds the same stopping power, the same one shot to the body range that it did prior to the update, but it can shoot so much faster and it's so much more consistent now. The main reason I hated using the intervention and I stopped using it for the longest time was because there were so many times I'd be in like an up close situation where I'm just spamming left click waiting for the gun to shoot again and it just won't. And that's just not fun for anyone. Nobody wants to sit there and die because their gun's just so slow that it's not even worth using. And that's really where I just got annoyed with it. So now the gun went from 35 rate of fire to 50, which is huge in the terms of a sniper. Absolutely huge. And the best part about it is that it kept the same damage. Well, not exactly the same. The damage was changed slightly, but it's more or less like, you know, the same damage range and one-shot range and whatnot, which is huge. So I'm extremely excited for it because I've always been a big fan of this gun. Not only has it been, or it was basically one of my favorite snipers for the longest time, but it was because it was so much more casual of a sniper to use. You didn't always have to try hard for that headshot. You had a lot more room to play around and just go for like the casual body shots, and it was a lot more fun for me. And that's really where the difference comes in, is the fun factor of it, because now you can play a lot more casually. Like, you really don't have to worry anywhere near as much as you used to. You can not be as great at hitting headshots, and this gun will really benefit you. Now, I think where this gun really benefits the most people is in the close, kind of like the close range areas, where you're going to be pushing hard, you're going to be within that 100 stud one-shot distance, and that's where you're really going to see the most benefit. I don't see people, I don't see it as much, that was a really weird noise, as much of a benefit for people who are going to be in the back, you know, sitting back sniping more, because you're just not really taking advantage of everything that the gun has to offer now. It's not for you at that point. There's a lot better snipers out there that I think, and it's just, for people who play super aggressive with a sniper like I do, this is just a huge update. Like, I love everything about it. Now, I'm also very open to the fact that a lot of people might not like this update. A lot of people might think it's busted and it's not meant to be in the game, or it just might be, you know, it just might be too overpowered in some people's eyes, and I fully get that, and I'm really open to the change of the gun. I really wouldn't be surprised if the gun did get nerfed in some way, shape, or form sometime soon. It just wouldn't be surprising. The gun is in a lot stronger of a place, and when you take a gun that, when you update a gun and it's purely for the sake of buffing it, it's open to a lot of criticism, because the only thing you did was improve it. There was no downside to what you did. And a lot of people are going to have opinions about that, which is perfectly okay. And I'm really interested to see where the community will take a stand on this, because personally, I'm a huge fan of it. At the end of the day, it's still a sniper. You still need to be decently accurate. Like, you can't, you know, just hold left click and hope for the best. There still is kind of a skill curve to it. However, for people who are already really good with snipers, this is just it's going to be a walk in the park for them now. It's going to be a million times easier if you don't miss every shot like I do, and you're just going to rip through people, because having that 50 rate of fire and all these one-shot kills makes it a monster. And I really hope I can display that here in a few, if I can stop getting shotgunned or pushed constantly. Okay, that guy's being really annoying. I'm sorry, bud, you gotta go. But if I don't get pushed constantly and I'm shotgunned constantly, I really want to show off the power that this gun has, and that's why I like keep re-recording this video, because I'm just not happy with it. If you can see how much faster I'm shooting now, a lot of people hated that quick swapping was taken away from the game, where you could pick up 2 snipers and just spam through them constantly. But now, with how fast the intervention shoots, do you really even need quick swapping? Like, obviously it's not as fast, but it's still pretty high up there. Dude, we were doing so terrible. I had like a 110 kill game earlier. Why didn't I just keep that? But it's still very much extremely powerful. By all means, this gun is going to be huge for a lot of people. And I think as a starter sniper, it's even more powerful than people are going to imagine. I remember when I first started playing, the R700 might have been the starting sniper, or if I'm completely whiffing that, I might be completely wrong now that I think about it. But I remember like the intervention was something that I was really excited to use, and it just didn't live up to the hype for me. I didn't care for how slow it shot. It just wasn't my kind of thing. And that's why I've always, whenever people ask me, my favorite snipers are always the fast shooting ones. The Scout, the WA-2000, the SVDS, the Mosin, things like that. Because I always cared about the efficiency of the gun more than anything else. Because the more kills I can get, the better. That's all I care for, is high kill games, things like that. And for me to have a gun now that shoots faster and is stronger than all other snipers in most categories, not all those snipers, but, you know, for faster shooting more than, like, you know, one shot, one kill guns, this is the pinnacle of what we needed. I don't think there's going to be anything else that releases that would be better than this, simply because I don't think there's anything that realistically could be better without being overpowered. Even this is kind of drawing the line kind of close on the balance scale of things. And I definitely think that it's going to have a decent bit of backlash. But another thing is these quick pull bolts and everything, the 2 new attachments that are in the game. I'm curious to see how those handle on other guns as well, because if I'm not mistaken, you can use them on any gun. Now, for anything that has like over 100 rate of fire already, it's not going to change nothing. It's going to be the exact same. You won't notice a few rate of fire difference. But for things like shotguns and revolvers, could see a huge jump, where they could become a lot more useful in certain scenarios. But that's kind of to be determined, and I actually want to make a video taking a look at that as a whole, going to like the shotgun category, revolvers, if they have them, and seeing where that really puts these guns. Because on snipers, I can even take a Scout now and up its rate of fire, which that's kind of big because of how fast the Scout shoots, or even the WA-2000. Now, granted, the recoil is still there and everything, so it won't be, you know, you're not just holding right click and just spamming like a semi-auto sniper. You'll still have the recoil, you'll still have things to deal with, but it does open the door for a really fast combination of snipers. And this is something that I really enjoy, specifically because a lot of the things that I complain about on PF are because they're redundant. They've been done a million times, they're nothing new. This is something completely unique with these attachments. We've never had attachments that boost rate of fire, or had attachments that can make you scope in. You never have to bolt back. Like, for example here, I can just hold right click and just keep staying scoped in. Obviously, it's really obnoxious and you just don't want to do it. You scope in and the recoil is so ridiculous that, like, your screen goes black for a solid few seconds. So nobody's probably going to be realistically doing that. Maybe, you know, like some newer people who haven't gotten used to unscoping every time they shoot. They might be doing that a little bit, but after a little bit of time, they'll realize that it just simply isn't worth it, and they'll switch back to doing it normally. This guy's right under me. Please stop. He's literally going up here to chase me, and he doesn't realize that I jumped down, and I failed that super jump, and this is really awkward. But yeah, no, these attachments are something that are literally as unique as an update can get. We've never had something like this before, so it opens up possibilities for a decent amount of things, and that's why I'm excited about it. And I'm also excited because I loved the intervention for the longest time, and it's just the rate of fire killed it for me. But now that we have that updated, the intervention's a lot more usable again. It's solid. It's very, very good, bro. I absolutely love it so far. But again, I'm very much aware that a lot of people will not like it. And I definitely wouldn't be surprised of some people having a lot of backlash about it, or just, you know, not having any positive things to say about it, which is cool. And maybe some changes in the future, but at the same time, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was changed, and I also really wouldn't be surprised if it just wasn't changed, because the intervention has been in such a stagnant state for so long. Like, nothing has happened to that gun forever. Like, I can't remember the last time that there's actually been a real change to this gun, which, I mean, by no surprise, the gun's been in the game forever. It didn't necessarily need changes, but it's refreshing to have it done. The gun could have stayed how it was, and, you know, it wouldn't have gotten much use, and people would have complained about it. But like I said, it wasn't a gun that needed change. But with how long it's been in the game, it's nice for it to be updated, for it to be refreshed, and changed around just a little bit. So like I said, I'm in love with it. I think this is the best update that could have possibly happened for this gun, and I don't see there ever really being a need to change it again. Any other change would either be nerfing it or buffing it even more, which both are a bad idea in my opinion, but I guess we'll see where things go. We're not doing too crazy terrible or too crazy good right now. We're 66 and 10. We have 6 minutes left, so we still have potential for a pretty decent game. As long as we don't start throwing. Nice little collateral right there. Get the easy 2 kills. Oh no, I keep feeling like people are going to be to my left, like that guy, but of course I don't one-shot him because I can't hit headshots because I'm really bad at the game. I'm going to reload and just hope that he misses his shots so I can just push and we'll be alright here. This guy's right above me. He knows that we're all here. Ooh, nice little flick. There we go, the hip fire. Bro, so I Did I ever make a video about no scope only with the intervention? I feel like I definitely tried to a few times, but I don't think I ever released one, which kind of sucks. But I might have to now because the gun is just... It's gonna be difficult for me to put this gun down for a little bit. Like, it's gonna be like the Scout when it first came out, where I'm gonna make probably like 4 videos in like 2 weeks about it, just because I'll be in love with it. I want to get all the fun out of it that I can for the time being, and just get into a groove with it and see where it takes me. And I also think for clippers, this is going to be pretty huge. Having a gun that mostly clipping is going for headshots, but if you're, you know, on like a 10-man feed and you hit a few body shots, who cares at that point? So I think it'll be really nice to have for them. Ooh, wow. That could have been another collateral. We kind of messed that one up. A lot of people are leaving, bro. This is what's been going on. I feel like I find it so funny. I'm like, not to compare the games in any bad way. In games like Arsenal and PF, people leave constantly. On like Bad Business, lobbies stay active for so long for some reason, and I don't get why. Like, I can go like 80-0 in a Bad Business lobby, and everyone's like, all right, yeah, like we're chilling, we're all gaming still. I do that in a PF match, everyone leaves. Look, there's like 10 people on the other team now. It started off with like 15. Oh god, it just ruins the games at times. That's if there's one thing I could change about the PF community, I just wish they would stay in lobbies longer. It would make life so much easier. Do you know how, honestly, if PF lobbies stayed full, the 210 kills, and I think Spiral's got like a 230 something, those kill records would probably be beaten more often. Like, it wouldn't have taken 4 years for someone to get a 200 kill game if the lobbies just stayed full. Honestly, it's so tragic. It really is. But I'm in a really happy place with this update so far. I haven't tried out... I know there's a whole update about the attachments and the scopes and everything, which I'll make a video on as well. I just really wanted to dedicate one video strictly to the intervention, because this is the biggest the biggest change that this gun has had probably since like the release of the game. If I'm not mistaken, like I'd almost be willing to put money on it being the biggest change, or even really like the only real changes that this gun has had since the game has come out, or since the gun has come out. I don't know if this was automatically out when the game... Wow, that voice crack. I don't know if the intervention was out in like the initial release of the game. I don't know. But as far as everything goes, huge update for the gun, huge update for snipers as a whole. In having that quick bolt attachment, like I said, I want to test it on shotguns. I need to test it on other snipers as well, because I can also make like a Scout shoot faster or a WA-2000 shoot faster, which is going to be weird, to say the least. Excuse me. Because I was always so hyped about how fast those guns shot in the first place. Nonetheless, if you can make them even faster now. So there's potential big things to change. Dude, I've died like 5 times in a row right now. Literally, what am I doing at this point? It's disgusting. I need to start hitting shots. If I was actually like a decent bit accurate these past few games, I probably could have dropped like 130, 140 kill game, but we're just struggling, bro. This Benderman, I think he's killed me like the past 4 lives. How, bro? Like, how are you so good? I don't get it. Oh, and I spawned in immediately getting shot. Got a nice little flick shot on him, but obviously no kill because the body. No, bro, what is my aim? Can they get inside the map, please? Alright, I just completely threw this game, but I genuinely have tried recording this about like 10 or 15 times now. And I'm done. I'm so tired. I've been up all night. I worked like the past 4 or 5 days in a row. I'm tired, bro. Like, it's time for me to call it a day. He literally just shot at the wall when I was already outside the door, excuse me. There's no way that realistically should have hit, but it's cool. It's not like I got feelings or nothing. I'm sick of it. Leave me alone. Please go somewhere else, bro. I can't aim with a sniper. Just relax. But anyone out there who is a fan of sniping, give the intervention another try. I think you'll fall in love with it like I am again. I think for a lot of people who used to like the gun and just haven't used it for a while, will definitely enjoy it again. And it's going to revive a lot into the game. So it's big. I'm happy. I think that the update was solid. Even though it was, you know, kind of unexpected. I mean, it's been in the test place for a while, but there's also some things that go into the test place for literally like months on end and never come out, which is why I never really made a video on this, because I always thought that it would get changed. I didn't think that it would stay. Mostly because it seemed kind of ridiculous for the intervention to ever change to me. I didn't think that they would touch like one of their original guns, and here we are with a lot better of a gun and a lot happier me. Didn't I have a teammate literally right next to him? Yeah, I had a teammate there the entire time, just right 5 feet away. Way to be, buddy. Holy crap, there's so many, and of course I get SFGs. I don't think we're even gonna drop the 100 kills. We need 6 more. And we're just struggling, bro. We can't hit shots to save our lives. There's people all over the place, and I don't know which one's a teammate and which one's not. That guy's beyond laggy. I don't understand it. 5 kills in 20 seconds. I mean, we could potentially pull it off. I'm just not gonna get my hopes up. It feels like to me that guns have a lot more screen shake now, and I just got shotgunned so far away. I was already injured, but nonetheless. I don't even care. I'm happy. I don't care to try to go for like a 150 kill game right now. Like, I just don't have it in me. It's way too many attempts deep. I've had to repeat myself a million times because of the video. I hope you guys enjoy. Please go give the intervention a try. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.